Perseverance is in every single one of us, and we can overcome some of our darkest times and roughest times as long as we never give up. We're going to talk about that and more right now. Fell in love with the cat. What's going on? I'm Kalani Evans, and this is the Man Up Podcast, where every man, woman, and human are welcome. So I welcome you to another episode. Let's get to it. It is July 27th, big 2026.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Hey, man. I'm blessed to be here. Hope you're well, doing well, feeling great. I feel like I haven't talked to you in a minute, so we have a lot to catch up on. So much going on right now in the world. So, without any more to bullshit, let's get into it, man. In Donald Trump news.
You are fake news.
I want to start off with Trump, man. I recently saw he was at I don't know what it was. It was a convention of some sort. It's a gathering of some sort. He was on the mic and he was basically doing, I guess he was doing his version of a stand-up bit, because, he had some jokes. He was doing some jokes, had some punchlines, and I didn't watch the whole thing, but the clip that I was seeing going around was him saying that he was going to run again in 2028 for the president of the United States. And let me tell you, he had everybody shook. He had everybody spooked out of their minds. People were taking it seriously. People were really scared that, Trump was running again. And I saw the clip circulating. Apparently his jokes weren't landing. And he bombed, essentially, from what I'm hearing. But, I want to pull up the clip. I just want to, let's just, let's pull up the clip real quick. Let's see if there's some truth in the gist. Oh man, because we don't, shit, man, this guy, we don't know what this guy's capable of. So it seems, for even people to think that he was serious, it's just like, it just goes to show how unpredictable this guy is, right? Let's see what the orange man has for us, the Trumpster himself. And Donald Trump is running again.
Stop the cap.
Doing good together. That's why tonight, to show just how much I care about the press, and I want to save your ratings, I'm pleased to announce my intention to, and this is somewhat of a scoop, my intention to run for a fourth term as President of the United States. I will be doing that. I will be having an official, in fact, I think I have, I won 3 times. Now I'm going to do it again.
Delulu.
Thank
You
you.
want to take that?
I'm going to do it. Should be easy. I'm getting very good at running for president. No, I won 3 times, did very well the second time, by the way. It's a rigged election, but we don't have to talk about it. It's interesting when you come back and you do a good job like we did, and you don't care about it so much, but we do have to.
All right, so that was the clip. That was the clip of Trump saying, he's going to run again. Obviously, it's tongue in cheek. It's a joke. And, there was a million people like, and Trump's running for president again in 28. And I'm like, you guys chill. Like, he's clearly joking. He's at some sort of convention or something like that. I don't know. He's got the Trump 2022. He's got the Trump 2028 hat.
Doing good.
He's got to work on his delivery, y'all. He's got to work on his delivery. The punchlines were not punching. They were trash. And these people didn't know it's funny because the crowd themselves didn't know. You could tell there was like an awkward silence in the crowd. Like they didn't know if this dude might be serious. Like he might be for real. So they didn't know if to laugh or to clap. They didn't know what to do, until he said, about the 4th time or whatever. And then, he started making it obvious that he was joking, but oh, is that a scary thought to you guys? What if Trump, it just made me ask the question. It begs the question. How would a 2028 Donald Trump presidential campaign actually go? How would it actually play out? Because I've been seeing, the approval rating isn't what it was a couple years ago, right? I'm seeing a lot of conservatives and a lot of right wingers the tide kind of turn on Trump a little bit lately. Even people that I never thought I would see have any smoke or any critique of Trump have actually had some critiques. For example, Nick Fuentes, extremist, right wing extremist, right? I've seen him kind of critiquing the Trump administration a little bit lately. I seen him sit down with Hunter Biden. And it made me think like, oh man, is he trying to put himself in position to make a move? If you know who Nick Fuentes is, I mean, he's extremely controversial. He's a right-wing extremist. He's been at the Trump rallies. He's been here. He's been there. He's been labeled, actually, at one point, people thought he was a Nazi. Like, this dude, he was attacking the Jews. He was attacking the blacks. And it's just interesting to see him now sit down with a Hunter Biden and have, from what I saw, a positive discourse and a very polite in tone version of himself, which I've never seen. Because if you've seen him, just Google, YouTube his clips. Like, it's super aggressive. He's always in attack mode. He's always going at someone's neck, right? Or a group of people's neck. And he's super aggressive. So to see him sit down with Hunter Biden and have a cordial discourse and back and forth, and a respectful one, made me think like, is this guy going through some sort of reclamation project or some image repairing? To see him have that sit down and pair that with his critiques of Trump lately, really interesting. It's interesting to see how these politicians and these people with political aspirations really how they position themselves in between elections. And there's always an agenda. So I look at this thing through that lens. The lens of there's always an agenda. You can't trust these people 100%. And I'm not saying every politician doesn't have some sort of genuine agenda about themselves. Like, I'm not saying that about every single politician, but most of the politicians are politicians. What they do, they politic. They are literally here to persuade you into their cause, into believing in and supporting their cause. They're salesmen, essentially. So you always got to look at it through that lens. What is this person trying to sell me right now? So with someone like Nick Fuentes, who's all of a sudden, having some smoke for Trump or some critiques at the least, it's interesting. It's interesting to see what's going to happen in the next couple of years with these conservatives and these right wingers, and you're seeing the left and the right kind of come together a little bit, which is crazy. A lot of rebranding. I feel like even Trump, he's going to rebrand again. Trump is the marketing genius. He's a marketing genius, so he will be rebranding in these next 2 years to whatever. I don't know. Like I said before, I don't know if he's going to leave out of here quietly. I don't know if he's going to leave with a bang. I don't know if he's going to leave, period.
Take it easy.
We don't know. So it's going to be an interesting 2 years. It definitely will be an interesting 2 years. And for me, always these politicians, because I don't know if whoever's familiar with the Bible, right? You know about the Antichrist. Me, for about 15, almost 20 years, I have this thing called Antichrist Watch, where because the Bible, it kind of alludes to the Antichrist rising from the world of politics, right? So since I've known that, I'm like, okay, we got to keep our eyes on these guys, man. We got to keep our eyes on these guys. And Nick Fuentes, I remember Trump was on my Antichrist watch, Obama, as well as other people. It's all over the internet, these videos. People really thought Trump or Obama were the Antichrist.
You are fake news.
Peak 2000s, late 2000s, early 2010s internet. It's peak stuff. If you guys remember. If you don't, look it up. I'm sure the quality's terrible and all that, but I guarantee you it's still a great YouTube watch. But I have this thing called Antichrist Watch, and Nick Fuentes is on my Antichrist Watch. He's on my Antichrist Watch. We don't know. He could be. He could be the one they're setting up. They seem to be setting him up. There's a, he started, like I said, super right-wing extremist is how he started. Kind of an underground cult-like following, and now he seems like he's being propped up and pulled up into the mainstream, and he's getting that look from the left. So it's like, hey, are they trying to put this guy in position for something? He's on the Antichrist Watch. Yeah, keep an eye on him. Keep your eyes on him. Keep your eyes on him, and I got my eye on him. And I got my eye on the other dude out of Gavin Newsom. Got my eye on him too. He just gives Antichrist vibes. I can't really explain him why. He just does. He just gives me He just does. But yeah, so yeah, man, Trump's he's not running in 2028, but it's always kind of interesting to think like, what if? How would it go? Would he win? Could he pull it off? I mean, in the next 2 years, we'll see who's running on the other side, but it would be interesting to see if Trump, as of right now, I would say he would not. I don't think he could pull it off again because it's just.
You are fake news.
It's just, the people aren't really feeling him right now. But like I said, one stimmy changes everything. One stimmy changes all of that. And he's right back in the catbird seat. He's right back where he wants to be. Just one stimmy. One little $2,000 stimmy. Right back, as I said. But this also showed me like Trump is not really funny when he tries to be. You know what I mean? Trump is a naturally funny dude. Just his sort of narcissism and the way he carries himself and his arrogance is just, it makes for great comedy. I don't know why, but it does. But when he's trying to he was trying to deliver these lines and it wasn't hitting. They were not hitting, man. Trump doesn't have a career in stand-up. We know that's not his next journey. That's not his next step. We don't got to worry about him pulling a TI anytime soon. But, that's what Trump does, man. He brings entertainment. I don't think whoever the next president is, I don't think we'll ever have a more entertaining president than we do right now. Like, this dude is a walking viral meme clip, reel, whatever. He is like, he just says the most outlandish shit. We'll never have a president that does not give a fuck on this level. We just won't. That's probably the only thing I'll miss about dude being out of office is that the entertainment quality. Because I'm a big humor guy. Say what you want to say. I know Trump, piece of shit, blah, 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 blah. Everyone hates him. If you say anything good about him, you get crucified, whatever. Dude is entertainment. Dude is comedy gold. And that shall be missed. That shall be missed. We're not going to have this again. So if you guys can't take anything else out of this presidency, take the entertainment from it. Because we're not getting this again. We're not getting this again. I mean, that's the only thing I'm going to enjoy about these next 2 years. Because everything else is shit. Everything else is shit. But that aspect of it, it's been a joy. It's been a beauty and a joy. While we're on the topic, the war, we're still warring. Still going at it. It seems like the U.S.-Iran situation is not getting any better anytime soon. And you know what, y'all? I wash my hands of this shit. It's been so much back and forth. There's been so much we're not gonna hit each other, or we're gonna hit each other, or I'm just fed up with it. I'm just fed up with the whole thing. I don't even want to expend any more energy on it. You know what I mean? Just wake me up when the motherfucking gas prices go back to normal. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, brother.
Because it's obvious that this is all about the Strait of Hormuz and monopolizing the strait, which, as I said before on prior episodes, that's what this war shit is all about. It's about greed. And they're proving that. Obviously, we haven't gone too far to turn back. But every time it seems like we're going to come to some sort of agreement and some sort of, some sort of treaty, so to speak, we say screw that, and one side does something that the other side doesn't like. So, the way I surmise it is it's just obvious that we want to control and monopolize that strait. It's got so much value, so much of our gas, so much of our energy resources, gas, oil, etc., come from it. I mean, it's a gold mine, and America wants it, or we want a large piece of it, and they're not willing to give it up. So we're at a standstill, and we'll see how it goes. I just, the casualties, even if it's just one casualty, is too many. But when you see casualties, the number of casualties rising, it's just sad that this shit has to go on and continue. It just sucks, man. War sucks. Genocide sucks. It's all about that money. It's all about that power. And, that's what it is. And it just doesn't look like the end doesn't look like it's in sight. It looked like the end might be in sight for a while. Obviously it wasn't. So now we're stuck at this standstill, and, we'll see where it goes. We're just along for the ride, right? It's not like we can control it in any way. It's just, it is what it is. Hopefully it ends sooner than later. And, not too many lives have to be lost over this foolishness, over this greed, But in some lighter news, so much going on in the sports world. Y'all know we got to talk about it. LeBron, phony GOAT James, has signed with the Philadelphia 76ers. Yes, he did. I didn't see it coming. If you guys remember last episode, I thought it was going to be Miami or Cleveland. I thought Cleveland made the most sense personally to me. So when I saw the news that he was signing with Philly, I was shocked as shit. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Obviously, fully loaded starting lineup. Loaded. I mean, you got Joel Embiid, Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, LeBron. You got the young kid who's going in. His name escapes me right now, but he's going into his second year. He's a dog. They're going to have to shore up that bench, because that bench right now is not going to cut it. And you got a team you're going against teams in the East like New York who can go 11 deep.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? So they're going to have to shore up that bench for sure. But on paper, I mean, this team is stacked. How do I feel about the move? I hate it. It just proves what myself and a lot of others have said about LeBron for a long time. Obviously, he can never catch Mike now. He never could. He was never going to catch Mike. We knew that probably since 2011. But now we can take that completely off the table. If Kevin Durant's rings wouldn't count, that people hold his rings against him when he joined Golden State. I mean, look at this team. This is a damn near an all-star team in that starting five. It's crazy. That lineup is crazy. This is stacking the deck at its finest. And this is what LeBron has done his whole career and gotten away with it for some odd reason. Because people wanted him to be something that he wasn't, aka the greatest of all time. They just turned a blind eye to all the team stacking he's done. I mean, think about all the players LeBron has played with. And I know he's 41, going to be 42. But come on. I mean, at some point, it's ridiculous. He's played with half the league at this point. Like, it's really kind of insane. You got Joel Embiid, MVP, 30-point per game scorer at his best when he can stay healthy. And as far as the X's and O's go, I feel like, in my opinion, how I would play it, since you have all these young dogs, athletic dogs, and all these scorers, you have essentially 3 30-point scorers in your starting lineup. 3 guys that can go get you 30. 29 to 30. Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid can all get you 29 to 30 a game. if they're healthy. So in my mind, I think LeBron needs to exclusively run the point. I mean, like a true point guard. He does not even need to worry about scoring. If I'm LeBron, I'm taking 10, 11 shots per game because I got these dogs with me, and all I got to do is get them off and score when I need to. You know, if I can get a bucket when we need one, or when I need to score when I'm called to do it, then that's great. But I don't need to score. LeBron does not need to score. This lineup has so much firepower. LeBron won't need to score. I think he'll be able to really coast throughout the regular season. Like, he'll really be able to coast throughout the regular season. And I feel like it's going to serve him well going forward when they make the playoffs. You know, at his big age, 24, 25, something like that, 24, I think. So he signed a 2-year deal with the Philadelphia 76ers for $8 million, which means he really did not want to be in LA anymore. They got him for dirt cheap, $4 million a year. So obviously it wasn't about the money. A lot of people were expecting that it was about the money leaving LA, but I don't think that it was. I think it was the sentiment he was getting from LA, from the Lakers, was that we don't want you. We don't want you. This is Luka's team. And I don't think Luka wanted him there. I don't think Luka will ever say it, but I don't think Luka really wanted to play with LeBron anymore. I think he felt like maybe it's a hindrance, maybe not on the court, but just playing with LeBron James, he can't be what he's trying to, where he's trying to get to with one of the greatest players of all time, in the same lineup as you. It's going to be a constant comparison. So I think he wanted to distance himself from that. And LeBron I'm so thankful he didn't go to Golden State. Oh my God.
Hell yeah, brother.
Thank God he didn't go. I thought I wasn't going to be able to see my boy Steph play for a whole season or two, man. Because I was boycotting them fucking games. If he would have went to LA or to Golden State, I was boycotting those games. I would not be watching that shit. That's basketball blasphemy.
Oh, for sure.
Blasphemy. I wouldn't want to see that. No one wants to see that, man. No one wanted to see that. No real Steph Curry or LeBron James really wanted to see that, I think. So, yeah, he went to Philly. Whatever. They're loaded. Sure. But at the end of the day, I'm glad he did not go to Golden State. But I feel like he's going to be able to coast. I feel like he's going to be able to coast through the regular season. He'll have a lot in the tank come playoff time, and we'll see what happens. Can Joel Embiid stay healthy? We all know big Trollel Embiid has a hard time making it through the season. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. It's very interesting. It's bringing, but you got to love it. It's bringing more excitement to the game, to the season. It's bringing excitement to the offseason. So you got to love that. Philly's a big market team who haven't won since, I think, 83. Haven't been to the finals since 2001. So they're thirsty and hungry for a winner. And, they have something to be excited and hopeful for, so I think it's good for the game. Do I think they're going to win anything? No. No. You got to understand. I've been I've been around long enough to see this happen time and time again. Just putting together a team on paper, when it looks great on paper, too good to be true on paper, it typically is. Only a few teams have made that super team thing work. Boston, they made it work. Miami, they made it work. Golden State, they made it work. But there have been a lot of teams that have been put together that did not pan out. And on paper, you say, how did this not work? How did this not come to fruition in terms of a champion? And it's just, sports are funny. Chemistry is a huge, huge factor in sports. Chemistry is huge, man. So we're going to have to see. We're going to have to see what the chemistry is like. We're going to have to see how they mesh. But it's going to be interesting fodder for the next year, obviously. And, you know, everything LeBron does is so scrutinized and so. And the way he drugged this out, too, man. Let me touch on it. The way he drugged this out was crazy, man. He knew he was going to Philly. I feel like he knew he was going to Philly for a long time. Probably at least a couple weeks. I think he drugged this out a couple weeks just for the extra attention, because, you know, he is an attention whore. An attention horrier. He is. And see, that's why fathers are very important. That's why fathers are very important. Because a lot of these men that grew up in a fatherless home are hungry and thirsty and starving for that attention. And it's not even necessarily their fault, man. It's just they crave attention that they didn't get as a child. Because Pops wasn't there. So see, this is why fathers are important and guidance is important. But LeBron's gonna do what he does, man. It's gonna be an interesting thing to see. I saw Chris Bosh say he didn't see this move coming, and I said Chris Bosh always sees every guy coming. Like, it's Chris Bosh. It's the zesty one himself, the original zesty one. Chris Bosh didn't see it coming. That's a first. That is a first. Yeah. And sticking with basketball, I want to shout out my homegirl, Sophie Cunningham. I don't know her personally when I say my homegirl. I just fuck with her the long way. So Sophie Cunningham. Shout out to her. She had some interesting comments on trans women in sports. And instead of me sitting here saying it and butchering the quote, I'll let you hear it from her herself. So this is Sophie Cunningham speaking on her comments in terms of trans women competing in sports. We're gonna let her say her piece, and then we're gonna talk about it after.
On that same vein, in that story to ESPN, you talked about wanting to protect young girls who shouldn't have to go against biological men. Just can you expand your viewpoint on that?
I mean, I think I said what I said. I think it's kind of common sense. And I think I'll always believe in that. I think it's really important to protect children, and that's little girls who are also involved in that category. And so I stand on what I said, and I'll always believe that.
Do you see your advocacy on that, like, taking any form going forward?
You know, I don't know. I'm not a very political person, but I do have beliefs. I have morals, and I'll always stand on those and be true to who I am. And I think people are going to take it how they want to take it, but
All right, so that was Sophie Cunningham's take. And if you're wondering how I feel about that, then here's my answer. Shout out to the homegirl Sophie Cunningham, standing 10 toes down on business. I love it. I respect it. I wholeheartedly agree with it. 100%. And it's so refreshing to see someone in her position who is standing firm on principles and values when it comes to trans women in sports. And like she said, I feel like this is a no-brainer. Like, this is an obvious answer to this question. Why would we allow, first of all, just in terms of sports, right? It's a meritocracy. It's about going out on an even playing field and deciding who's the best. You're demeritizing and you're watering down. You're essentially allowing someone to cheat. That's not fair. It's not fair for someone who was born with attributes that women are not born with. No matter what, I don't care how much testosterone you take. I don't care about any of that. I don't care. You can identify as whatever you want. That is not, I'm not here to tell you that you can't. But when it comes to competing directly against women who are born at a disadvantage to you because you were born with physical strengths and attributes that they aren't, it's not fair. It's a slap in the face to sports, just period overall. And not only that, it's not ethical. It's not ethical. If you want to identify as a woman and compete as in a men's sport, by all means do it. And you were born and you're a trans woman and you want to compete against men, but you want to identify as a woman, that's okay. Do that. But when you try to cross over where you know you have a clear advantage into a woman's sport, that's not protecting women. And I agree with Sophie 100%. We have to protect women. We're supposed to be a culture that protects women and exalts women and puts women on this pedestal. So why would we let someone who was born a man, a trans woman, come over here and compete with women who are at a severe disadvantage? It just there's no level that it makes sense to me. There's no level that it's logical to me to allow this. And I pray that I pray that this is never allowed in sports. This will flat out ruin sports. I don't get it. You're saying it's okay to cheat. You're telling people it's okay to cheat. So let me get this straight. Steroids are unacceptable. We will ban you for life over steroids. Barry Bonds, one of the top 3 greatest baseball players of all time, is not in the Hall of Fame because of steroids. But we'll allow a trans woman to compete against women?
Really, nigga?
What kind of logic is that? That makes no sense whatsoever on any level. It's just, the whole thing is just nasty work to me. You can identify as whatever you want. That doesn't change your DNA and your genetics. Men are physically superior to women. It just is what it is. That's the way God made it. I don't care what pills you're taking. I don't care how much estrogen you have in you. That's still a man at the end of the day. And that man is physically superior to those women out there. What is this, Joanna Man? I feel like we're in Joanna Man. Like this is actually happening. What are we doing? This ain't Joanna Man, bruh. And they want the real life Joanna Man to take place?
Stop it. Get some help.
Come on, man. Can you imagine if they let a man, a trans woman, quote unquote, that was born a man, play in the WNBA? Someone with athletic ability? Bruh, I saw clips of the All-Star game. The WNBA All-Star game just took place over the weekend. I saw clips. They were throwing lobs off the backboard to nobody. They were throwing lobs off the backboard. Who's catching that in the WNBA? No one. Even the ones that can dunk, they're not catching it off the glass. You throw Joanna Man in there, man, they're going to be doing 360s. Oh, come on, man. They're going to be putting oh, come on, bro. We can't allow this. We cannot allow this. This is crazy. And like Sophie said, once again, shout out Sophie Cunningham, because she stood on business. Because you know what? A lot of athletes in her position, and she's seeing a rise, she's on an uptick in her career, they would fold and succumb to the pressures of society and culture. She did none of that. She stood 10 toes down on what she believes, and I respect that, man. I respect that, because a lot of people aren't doing that. A lot of people aren't doing that. They're going to think, oh, if I say this, I can get this deal from this. I can get this brand deal. I can get this, this deal. I can do that. I can do that. I can be involved in this and that. She stood 10 toes down on what she believes. And I agree with her 100%. Let's keep it fair. Let's keep it logical. Let's keep it how it was meant to be. If you want to live your life a certain way, by all means, indulge. But don't come over here trying to bull guard your way into, like, these women work hard. These women work hard. Women like Sophie Cunningham and other women, like, they worked hard to get to where they're at. And you're trying to put them at a disadvantage, or any sport. That goes for any sport. It just doesn't make sense to me. What's next? Are people going to be identifying as teenagers in their 30s? And you're going to let them go back and play high school sports? Like, where do we draw the line? We got to draw. This is where we need to draw the line. Right here. No, stay over there. Identify as whatever you want. But whatever you were born as, whatever you are genetically, that's where you need to be. That's who you need to be competing against. Just because your ass couldn't cut it over there, don't come over here trying to get it easy and try to take advantage of a situation. No, we don't want to. No, come on, man. We can't allow this shit. We gotta. And I'm tired of people being attacked for having an opinion. If you feel a certain way, stand on your shit. Stand on your morals and your principles and your ideologies and how you feel. Don't let society knock you off your pivot or knock you off of whatever you believe and force you into compliance. Because that's what some of these groups try to do. They try to bully you into compliance. You don't have to do that. You can have your own opinion. You can have your own thoughts on things and you can stand on it. As you just saw with Sophie Cunningham. So shout out Sophie Cunningham. We rocking with you. We standing with you. Period. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. It doesn't matter. Like, if you're competing against someone who's physically superior to you, it doesn't matter how much you've worked, how much determination, how much heart, perseverance you have. It doesn't matter. You're gonna lose. And it's not fair. So protect women, protect sports, and all that good stuff. And speaking of perseverance, I wanted to touch on something, right? Because I talk to you every week, right? So throughout the week, a lot of things were going on this week. A lot of things that had me kind of down. Roadblocks, things of that nature, just things that in the past I would have succumbed to, I would have relented to. And it got me thinking about perseverance and how important perseverance is and how it's in all of us. But sometimes we just quit on ourselves too early. So like my week was kind of crazy, right? And during this week, it was like the devil was trying to trick me. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to trick me into knocking me off course and getting off course. And I just thought about my old self and how in the past I would have succumbed and I would have relented. I would have let these things knock me off track. But these days, it will never happen. But that's only because of the dark times and the dark places and the hard times that I've been through in the past and getting through those and persevering through. And it wasn't always easy. Perseverance sometimes it's tough to have. Life is made to destroy us. Life is made to defeat us. Life is made to keep us down. Life is made to make us tap out. It's literally designed that way. It's literally designed that way. And there were so many times in my life personally where I just felt like a failure. I was just lost. Chasing women, partying, just lost, just a lost cause, right? I've been in those dark places. I've been there. But I realized that when we persevere, sometimes God takes you the long way on your journey, but it's because he's taking you where you need to go. And there's a lot of obstacles on the way of that journey. There's tons of obstacles. Tons of things are going to go wrong. Things aren't going to go your way. You're going to hit roadblocks. Things are going to happen to you. People are going to try to tear you down. Whatever the case may be. But every time you're down and you go through one of those dark times, it's always a little bit brighter when you get to that other side. It's always a little bit brighter each time. Each time you go through that dark place, it's a little bit brighter on the other side every single time. And that's why perseverance is so crucial. The old me, if the old me had a week back then like I did this week, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. But I was only able to get to this point because I went through those dark times and I had to get back up eventually. You could fall down for a second, but you can never quit. Quitting can never be an option. You can never give up. Because in the end, God's always going to make a way. And he's always going to show you the way. Sometimes very subtly. Sometimes it's very obvious and overt. But he's always going to show you the way. But you have to be there. You have to be receptive to the message. You have to be receptive to it. You have to be open to it. If you quit, you're not going to get the message. If you quit, you're not going to see the signs. He's always going to give you a sign. Always. And I know people that I love, that I've lost to those dark times. I've lost people to these dark places. Whether it be depression, addiction, fear, feeling like a failure, which I felt like so many times in my life. But if I quit, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. And there's so many people that didn't make it out of those dark places. And they should be here. They should be here. They deserve to be here. But it was just too much for them. And that's why your faith in God and your faith in yourself is so important. It's so important, man. You can't quit on yourself. You have greatness in you. We all were put here for a reason. We all were put here to do something. Every single last one of us have gifts. These gifts just vary. They just come in different forms. But they're there. It's inside of you. It's inside of you. And sometimes the destination, like I said, just takes a little bit longer to get to, but you're going to get there if you don't quit. If you quit, you'll never know what you could have done. You never know where you could have went. You never know how far you could have gone if you give up. I remember being, and this is about 10 or 11 years ago, I was in one of the darkest, this was one of the darkest times of my life. I was down. I was depressed. I feel like I had no purpose. I couldn't find myself. I was just in a bad place. I was drinking a lot. I was just in a rough spot. And I was down. And I didn't know where I was going to go. I didn't know where life was going to take me. I didn't know where I was supposed to go. I didn't know. I was lost. And I got on the bus. I'll never forget this. I got on the bus one night on my way home. And I'm sitting on the bus like always, it's just normal. And you know, we sit in the back of the bus. Is where, that's just how it goes. So I'm sitting in the back of the bus, towards the back of the bus. And there's this man at the front of the bus. This black man. He's about, I don't know, in between 55, 65, somewhere in there. And he caught my eye because, one, he's standing up while everyone's sitting down. He's at the front of the bus. And he's passing out these small strips of paper to everybody that'll take it. Some people are taking the papers. Some people are not. But he's ripping off these small pieces of paper and he's handing them to people. And I was not, I'm like, obviously I'm like, okay, he's going to make his way to me. Like, am I going to take it? Am I not going to take it? And as he got closer, it just, he gave off some sort of vibe that was just different. He wasn't like the average bum or tweaker that was on the bus doing random stuff. Like, he had an ethereal, and I'm not saying he was an angel or anything, but I'm saying he had an ethereal kind of aura about him. It was something different. So he gets to me, looks me in my eyes, holds out the paper. I take it. I don't know what is on the paper. So I just put it in my pocket for the rest of the ride home. I'm like, okay, whatever, I didn't even plan on looking at it necessarily. I just took it to be nice, really. I just didn't want to be rude to the fellow. So I put it in my pocket. Long story longer, I get home, take everything out of my pockets. Boom, there's the piece of paper. I'm like, oh, let me read this. Small strip of paper. I open it up, I look at it, and it says Proverbs 31:8. And I don't know the Bible front to back now, and I really didn't back then. So I had no clue, but obviously I knew it was a Bible verse. I Googled it, and it was exactly what I needed at the exact moment I needed it. Proverbs 31:8. Proverbs 31:8 reads, "Speak for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of the destitute." And I'm like, yo. And it hit me because at the time, like I said, I was lost. I didn't know which way to go in life. I saw that as God in the universe letting me know, hey, you might not know what you're going to do now. And it's not like it was this moment where everything was just, and everything just came to fruition. And I knew exactly right then I wanted to do podcasting and or whatever the case may be. No, it wasn't that at all. I just knew that this was a sign that I would one day find my purpose, and it would be something tied to this, because I always felt that in my blood, that I always did want to speak up and have a voice for something. For whatever I believed in, whatever my convictions were, I always knew that. And this was for me, this was a sign. This was a sign from God saying, hey, I got a plan for you. I got a purpose for you. And it's going to align with this. It's going to align with this particular thing. And it just clicked, and I knew it. And it didn't snap me right out of the state or the depression or the dark place that I was in, but it gave me something. It gave me hope. It kept me going. But in order to receive that message and to receive that sign, I had to be open to it. If I would have been on the bus and just been like, dude, get away from me, I don't want it, then I would have never received that message. I would have never got that. What God was, that sign. I would have never got that sign that God was trying to show me. So you have to be receptive to what God is trying to tell you. And he tries to talk to us in our darkest times. That's when he talks to us the most, in those dark times, in those low places. But it comes down to perseverance and not giving up, not quitting on yourself, having faith in God, knowing that he has a plan for you, knowing that, hey, it might not be perfect, but I have to keep going because there might be something on the other side of this. There's something greater on the other side of this, because the devil will try to trick you and tell you that this is all you are. You are a failure. You are a loser. You are nothing. But that's not the case. Trust me, I've been there. So whatever you're going through, however you're feeling, I don't care how low and dark and deep the hole is that you're in, climb up inch by inch, or half inch, or centimeter by centimeter. Whatever you do, just make sure you're in an upward motion. Every day, try to be a little happier. Try to have a little more hope, a little more faith, a little more belief. And I promise one day you'll look back and you'll smile because you made it through the darkest time and the lowest time of your life. And it's never too late. It's never too late. Never ever. So I just wanted to give that to you because that's on my heart. It's been on my heart. Perseverance, man. And it's a constant thing. It's not like once, there's always going to be, you're always going to have to, and each you build up the callus and you build up the skin, the thick skin that you need to keep pushing. Because there's always going to be something. There's always going to be another obstacle. You're going to have doubts. Like I said, I was going through some stuff just this last week. Today's Monday, so it's a new week. But just last week, 10, 15 years ago, I would have just tapped out. But nah, fuck that. I refuse. Nothing's going to stop me. And you should feel that same way about yourself. Don't let anything stop you. Nothing. You deserve better than that. You're better than that. Trust me. You have greatness in you. You have gifts in you. You have a purpose. God has a purpose for you. You just got to find it. So keep going. And that's all I got to say about that. You know, keep going, keep striving, keep fighting, keep believing. You'll get out of there. You'll get out of that dark place. And speaking of dark places, sorry, we're gonna lighten it up a little bit. Speaking of, well, kind of, it's not really that light, but speaking of dark places, this damn cycloperesia, how do you pronounce this damn virus that's going around giving everyone the shits? Cycloperia. I mean, this shit is crazy. You know, fuck, man. Look, can we get a break? We can't catch a fucking break. It is one thing after another. One epidemic after another. One disease, one illness. We cannot catch a break. It is crazy right now. To be alive in these times is a wild thing. They're saying I want to get the pronunciation right. It's pronounced, bear with me. It is pronounced cycloperiasis. Sounds like something you would never want. Sounds like something you would never want in your life. It just sounds like it hurts. It just sounds like some shit that'll make you shit. You know what I'm saying? It just sounds like something that you want to stay far away from, right? Cycloperiasis. It's the epidemic sweeping the nation. It's the new wave, right? And they're saying I heard it came from Taco Bell or some shit like that. I'm like, bro, Taco Bell been handing out diarrhea for decades. We didn't need anything extra to get diarrhea from Taco Bell. Hey, go get a beefy 5-layer right now and then see if you can make it home. Taco Bell ain't new to this. They're true to this. This is something that's been going on for years. So that was funny and ironic that they're saying it came from Taco Bell, right? So I was just thinking about that. I'm like, yo, dog, I don't remember shit being like this. I don't remember sicknesses being like this in the 90s and the 2000s. I just don't remember there being this many epidemics and new diseases, and I could be wrong because we are in the information age right now. The internet makes everything accessible. We know everything that's going on, and maybe this shit was going on back then and we just didn't know. But from what I recollect, it was not like this back then when I was growing up, man. These sicknesses done warped and mutated and turned into fucking Voltron, and it's crazy, bro. You can't do anything without worrying about some Super Saiyan illness. It's nuts. It's nuts, man. I'm like, are they making this shit in labs or what? Are diseases just on steroids now? Are they on the Barry Bonds? Are they on the juice? Are diseases on the juice now? Like, I can't fathom it getting any worse. I'm just like, what's next? We're going to walk out and the air is just going to kill us. Like, we're just going to take a breath and collapse. Like, what is going on, man? But these 2020 sicknesses are off the hook. They said it gives you explosive diarrhea, bro. Come on. Who needs that? Who needs to be on the shitter for 5 hours out of the day? Like, no one needs that in their lives, bro. This shit is crazy, man. It's just like it's never ending. It's just like it's never ending. It's to the point where I don't even, I call it, I don't want to check the news, even though I have to, but because I'm a parent, so I got to be informed with what's going on. But I call it the bad news, man. I don't call it news. I call it the bad news because that's all it is bad news after bad news after bad news. Sickness after sickness. Death after death. Incident after incident. Like, can we get a break? Can we have some peace? Can we have a year where just nothing happens? Like Did anything happen in 1984? Like, did any sickness occur? What happened? The biggest news was probably some fucking commercial or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, can we have a year like that where just everything just is smooth? I don't think that exists anymore. Like, it's crazy, man. You know, we were eating dirt back in the day and shit. Like, we used to eat dandelions and grass and shit. Like, I don't even think kids nowadays can't even do that. They might get some unforeseen, they might create some fucking crazy illness and like, man, kids can't even eat dirt no more, man. They can't even eat dirt anymore.
Really, nigga?
Can't even be a kid, man. It's crazy, man. I feel for this era, I really do. Because we ran around, and, you know, and I'm starting to see more masks out. The masks are back out. And it's just like, damn, man. Every time we think we're out, they pull us back in.
Take it easy.
Every time we think we're out on some Godfather shit, they pull us back in. Like I said, gotta have faith in God in this climate. In this world today, you better believe in something. You better believe in something. You gotta hold on to something, man, because it is not easy. It is not smooth sailing out here at all. And we just got over the one that the cruise ship caused. That just kind of poof vanished, right? They contained that and quarantined that, and now you don't hear about it anymore. And now we got this Taco Bell disease coming in, tearing everybody's ass up. We can't catch a break, can we, people? It's okay. We're gonna make it through this. Perseverance. Like I said, perseverance. We've seen this before. We've been eating Taco Bell for years. Ain't nothing this shit could do to phase us. Oh, man. Yeah. But anyways, in other news, Ryan Clark, the longtime ESPN NFL analyst, got let go from ESPN, along with a lot more people from a lot more employees at ESPN. They had a layoff, but Ryan Clark, his was a little different because he was the first one announced and he was fired while doing NFL Live. And that's a tough way to go, first of all. So shout out to Ryan. You'll bounce back on your feet, bro. Don't worry. But I gotta talk about some things, because do I think ESPN was in the wrong for letting him go that way? Absolutely. You don't do that to someone who's been as dependable and has been there as long as Ryan Clark. That just shows that ESPN don't give a shit about nothing but their bottom line, which is the same with every company and every other business out there. It's all about the bottom line. They're definitely letting people go to free up, let's say, cap space for their golden goose, McAfee. Pat McAfee's the golden goose. You can see ESPN is going in this direction with things. They seem to be like they're getting in a position to move on from the liberal Black Lives Matter, all the stuff they were doing before 6, 7 years ago, 5, 6, 7 years ago. They're obviously pivoting, no pun intended, pivoting from that, and they're moving towards a more conservative way of doing things. Pat McAfee. I mean, shout out Pat McAfee. I'm a fan. He's doing it. He came in with his own infrastructure, his own thing, killing shit. So they're reforming to that, and I think he's getting $60 million a year from ESPN. So they got to make room, man. They got to alleviate some of that cap space. They got to take something off that payroll. And I'm sure Ryan Clark was getting a good amount of money too. So obviously in that situation, there's going to be casualties of this. You know, they're paying Stephen A. Smith and Pat McAfee a ton of fucking money. So heads are going to roll. And it's unfortunate that Ryan Clark was one of them. And it's even more unfortunate how they did it live on TV. No one deserves to get to get fired like that. That was completely inhumane. But I will say this, man. The way Ryan handled it, and there's nothing wrong with showing your emotions and wearing your emotions on your sleeve. And I understand, bro, you were there for, I don't know how many years, but you were there for a long time. So I know you're going to have emotions tied to that place. And it's going to be an emotional thing. But sometimes you have to show those emotions in private. Because what I felt like they were trying to do to Ryan Clark, I felt like they were trying to break him for whatever reason. And I'm not saying it's because he's black or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. Maybe they just didn't like him. Maybe he gave them hell when he was up there. I don't know. But from the outside looking in, it definitely seemed like they were trying to break him on some level. And the way he responded on his podcast, The Pivot, very emotional. Not to disparage him in any way, but he was emotional on the show. And I feel like they kind of succeeded in breaking him. And I wish that he would have put on a stronger front. You know, I just feel like he kind of let them win in a way. You know what I mean? And I wish he wouldn't have done that because I like Ryan Clark and I think he's talented. Did he lean into the race shit a little too much for my liking? Yes, absolutely. Because when I turn on SportsCenter, I don't want it to be about social commentary 24/7 and race this, race that. And I came on here to hear about sports, man. Not to, this isn't CNN and Fox News. So the race card was played a little bit too much over there, and it's been that way for a while over there. But I feel like he should have. I feel like they wanted to break him, and they kind of they got him. You know what I mean? When I saw his, but let's we can check out a little bit of a little excerpt about of what Ryan said about his being let go. We're gonna play this real quick. Just a little snippet.
When I go home, and this kid, from the West Bank, is so accepted in New Orleans now. I wouldn't change that. Never. All I ever wanted to do was be accepted. And want it. So yeah, like that, I wouldn't change. If you ask me, probably the first Monday of football, when all my friends get to do something we did super special together, yeah, I'd probably change it.
All right, so that was Ryan talking about his departure from ESPN, and I understand the emotion. It's almost like broadcasting is his new football. It's you build a camaraderie and a rapport with these people, and it's hard. It's hard when you get quote unquote traded, fired, let go, released. I get that, but he spoke there about something that was interesting to me, and that was he said he always wanted to be accepted. And I just wish he didn't have the outlook that ESPN is what made him feel accepted. You shouldn't worry about feeling accepted to anyone other than the people that love you and care about you. As long as they accept you, that's all that matters. I understand. You want to do your job. You want to do it well. There's no problem with that. You want people to appreciate you for your craft. We all want that. There's nothing wrong with that. But acceptance is a whole different thing. The people that rock with you, that love what you do and that are a fan of you, they're gonna feel the same. Whether you're at ESPN or not, they're still gonna support you. So this entity shouldn't be the end all be all of you feeling acceptance. And that's something that you have to feel within. That comes from within. You have to be comfortable with who you are and what you are. And you have to find acceptance with yourself first and foremost. Those people don't make you. They don't break you. They gave you a job. It's that simple. They gave you a platform and an opportunity. You're still who you are without them. You don't need ESPN to validate yourself. And this goes for everybody. You don't need anything to validate you. You validate. You validate yourself. You create your own self-worth. You don't let anything else determine your self-worth other than you, how you feel about yourself. And if you know what you're worth, you can go anywhere and your value will always be high. But if you let someone else determine that, then you're going to be beholden to them forever. So I wish he didn't, and maybe he didn't mean it that way, but I wish he didn't word it that way because it gives off, he needed ESPN to feel validated within himself and feel accepted within himself. And I just think that's not the right way to look at things. But at the end of the day, you're going to bounce back. You have your own podcast that's super successful. You'll be fine. But this just, I always think it's very dangerous when people need external validation constantly. And it's nice to be wanted and nice to be appreciated and exalted. But that can't be the end all be all of how you feel about yourself. You got to, you have to believe in yourself. And this has to come from within. You determine that. Not some suits or some bit at some business or some job or some company or anybody. Not a girlfriend, not a boyfriend. No one, not a mother, not a father. No one determines your own self-worth and your value and your acceptance. You determine those things by the value you place on yourself. But shout out to Ryan Clark. Like I said, he'll bounce back. He'll have another job or maybe he won't. I don't know. But he's talented. And if he doesn't find another network job, then the podcast will be fine. Like, he'll be fine. In other news, I saw Diddy got into a fight. Diddy got into a fight in jail, y'all, and he was placed in solitary confinement, bro. I thought that was fake news at first, but I guess it was real. Diddy out here slipping on baby oil in the prison system. Oh, man, Diddy. So I guess he got into a fight. I guess dude told him he had an extra medium meat and
really, nigga?
That set him. No, I'm just playing. Dude probably told him, "Hey, man, you gonna give Biggie's family his royalties? When you gonna give Biggie his family? When you gonna give Biggie's family his royalties back?" And Diddy snapped. Diddy wanted to throw hands after that, huh? Diddy in there, man. Diddy's probably living like a kingpin in there, man, low key. He's that guy, bro. He's like a fucking roach. He gonna find a way to survive. And not only survive, he's gonna find a way to thrive. Because that's what Diddy does. Master manipulator. So I don't know if it was a scorned lover. I don't know if it was over some commissary. Someone was playing with his honey buns. Pun intended. I don't know if dude told him he had a schmedium, saw the Daphne Joy video, and was like, bruh, fuck out of here with that schmedium. You ain't running shit up in here. And Diddy got offended and was like, hey, bro, take that. They said they threw him in solitary confinement. Diddy's a fool, man. It's going to be real interesting to see what happens when Diddy comes out. Oh, this is going to be must-see TV. You know it. You know it is. When Diddy gets out, oh man, it's gonna be a movie, bro. They need to do another Netflix. Really, nigga? They need to do another Netflix doc on his release. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be insane. I think Diddy was just mad that he didn't get to douse New York City in baby oil after the Knicks won the championship.
Oh, for sure.
He didn't get to partake in the festivities, and I know for someone like Diddy, that must hurt. For Diddy not to be outside when the Knicks won their first championship in 53 years, that just had to hurt. I know he was in there sick. Someone with that type of narcissism, he feels like he would have been on the parade. He feels like he would have been in the parade. That's how narcissistic Diddy is. He feels like he would have been in the parade. They would have had a Diddy float.
Stop the cap.
That's how Diddy feels. So he feels like he missed out on a lot. I think he's just frustrated, man. His ex is out here messing with academics. Like, it's just. But 2028 is right around the corner. I think that's when he gets out. Shit. You're going to see a lot of people switching up and acting like they were rocking with him and acting like they were supporting him. You're going to see a lot of that. I guarantee you. It's going to be a movie. And if Joe Exotic ever gets out by any chance, if Joe Exotic ever finds a way to get out of jail, bro, oh my God. Diddy and Joe Exotic need to put them in the same jail. I don't care. And we'll do a reality show. Let Diddy spend his last year or two with Joe Exotic. Can you imagine Joe Exotic and Diddy in the same jail? Oh my God. That would be insane. Be tigers and baby oil all over the place. But anyways. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all, man. I'm going to leave y'all with that. Thank you for tuning in for another week. Remember, week in, week out, we're here. Rain, sleet, snow, no matter what. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for rocking with me. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And remember, don't just play the game, change the game. See y'all next time, man. I'm out.